Hello, folks and blokes. This is Psycho Anto. Now, today I am doing a little tutorial video. Not really tutorial, but a video showing my favourite ROM hacks for Phantasy Star 1 to 4. And before I begin, you can see that the websites I've got saved are romhacking.net. Now, before I begin, I am not giving that website or the people of that website any fucking praise. Okay, lately, for the past year or two, they've been doing pointless hacks, you could say. And the actual decent ones that they put on don't fucking work. So, obviously the ones that I'm going to be showing are old, kind of oldish ones, like 5 or 6 years old. And obviously, first one should be Phantasy Star 1. Is this, yeah, right. So, obviously, probably the most best hack is obviously Hordes and They. And obviously I'm doing a playthrough of that. Phantasy Star Easy Patches. Basically what that is it adds like, I don't know, I think it has 6 or 8 files to it. One of them you can add to any patch or any ROM hack or just the original game that will give one, like there's EXP boosters and money boosters, really, up 2 to 4 or whatever, like 2 times to 4 times. So yeah, you've got a patch that will give you 2 times more experience points, or 3 times more experience points, or 4 times experience points, and same with the money or Meseta. That's basically what that one is. If I go back, yep, please press back. There we go. And we got some pointless patches, as I say. Brunette Hair Alice and CSI, which basically just changes the look of Alice and Odin, really. Now, I'm using that one in Hordes and They. Yeah, when I start doing the next part of that, I'm using the CSI one. Because I don't like it. It's pointless, but I added it to see what it was like, and I never really went off from there. So that's the Phantasy Star 4. Phantasy Star 1 hacks. Now I'm going to go back to here, and I'm going to show you Phantasy Star 2 hacks. ROM hacks. Now, there are 12 of them altogether. A lot of them, like the newest updates, 2001 to 2019, are actually quite pointless. Apart from this one, the model, whatever that is. This one is actually really good. Basically, it changes, like, you get EXP are kind of doubled or something. What was it? Some dialogues are changed, and that to me is pointless. But what's the best thing? That there are new treasures in chests, new weapons have been added to the game, and new magics have been added to the game. Yeah, so that's really nice with that one. The trouble is with I can't pronounce that, is that if you use Game Genie, Game Genie does not work on this. Now, Action Replay codes do, but Game Genie does not. And there is going to be a ROM hack that I'll be talking about that I order you to use Game Genie codes for it, because the game is just ridiculous. But it's fun if you do. Anyway, there we go, back one. Improvement. Now, this one, even though it's kind of pointless, I still really agree with this one. You know, it's not pointless, is it? But I really agree with this one, because the people that done this mod were thinking about those that have epilepsy, with the flashing when you get hit, and that. But as it don't flash when you get hit, and the enemies don't flash once when you hit them, it actually does speed up the battle a little bit. So that's alright. But obviously they've updated it since and added some new stuff if you want to read all that. But I like how the actual makers thought of people. You just got the flashing and one, it's separate. So yeah, and all the bug fixes are just all of them, and fast walking are actually all put in one in this improvement. However, oh yeah, easy mode one is good for not grinding as much, as EXP and money are gone up by 4 times. That's actually quite a good one. Japanese music improvement, I think is pointless. Fast walking, I find it's pointless to me because it is you've got fast forward speed on emulators, and obviously you need an emulator to use a romhack. Revised edition, I don't really know about. Yeah, just what was it? Rename some magic spells and that. Again, a pointless one. Stupid camera. Less stupid camera. I do not know how this fucking works. It's not like you can turn the camera, can you? Now, I'm going to go into my most favourite one in the last with this. So you had to just go down to more hacks and that. I'm not, sorry, I didn't say I'm not going to go into all of them, but Numeron Revolution, or whatever that is, yeah. Now that actually makes the game harder, but all the enemies are different. I mean, when I say different, I mean they're just different colours and that. But, what was it? The experience points is more than you would originally get, and, what was it? And obviously the monsters are different. Some characters have been having, yeah, experience points doubled and Mercedes. Some characters have new magics or techs. Equipment in shops are different. Now, in chess, there's nothing different. And this is a nice one, if I can hold... No, here it is. Yeah, this one. Each character that levels up a different rate, and the weaker ones, like Amy or Hugh, will get a massive boost from level 35 and up. Really nice for those sort of characters. As is brand new enemies, sprites, and actual new enemies. Now, believe it or not, Newman Weather or whatever, that is lying about the the new enemies. That's in the next hack for this. Now if I'm going to go back to Evil Overlord. Yeah, this one is my well, it's not my favourite one. But then again, I would like to say it's my favourite one, but I've got a friend that does a ROM hack that's a lot better. But when it comes to the ones on romhacking.net, this one's personal to me. Now, it's exactly the same as the Numa or whatever. The enemies are a bit harder. Now, I don't recommend that you need... Well, that don't make sense. But you don't need Game Genie codes in order to play this ROM hack. However, I do recommend that you do save states a lot, because there are enemies in this game, I'm not going to say will kill you, but they drain all your magic if they hit you. So in a dungeon, you need a save state on that. And it does not have an RNG piece, as I call it. So yeah, you can save it with every turn that you have in battle. And I'm going to one day do a playthrough of this ROM hack. Now, why it is personal to me, because, well, if you look in this picture, the robots, obviously, they look different. The potheads have still got the same name. Nay's there. Why is she there? Well, when Nay dies and you go to the cloning lab, the guy will give you a Game Genie code that will bring her back. However, I have learned that it doesn't always work. Now, it does work if you put the code in and it doesn't work. Excuse me. Right, before I go into that again, when it gives you a code, before you enter your house, when Nay dies, make a save state. and put the code in that it gives you. I am going to leave that code in the description because I think it might even work on other Phantasy Star 2 games. Obviously, this is on Mega Drive / Genesis. If when you go in your house and you put in the code, you come out your house and sometimes Nay will just be a blob. He says that you have to replace another character with Nay, basically like sacrificing them, but it doesn't. But how you do it, you want to go in your house and do not have any party members with you except for Rolf. Go in your house, put on the code, come out, and sometimes Nay will just be a blob. And when you go into, and even if you turn the code off, it stays there. And if you go into battle, then your game crashes. So if you see her with a blob, I've found a way to get it to work, and I obviously will show it one day, but I'm going to explain now that you go load a save state, delete the game genie code, and put it back in. Yeah, maybe you should actually make a save state when the guy says to put the code in, so you got that code saved on that dialogue. And then try it again, and if it still don't work, keep doing it that method, and it will eventually work. Nay will be back in your party. She does not level up fast in this romhack, because obviously you can revive her. And she learns even newer magics, like the heal all people, Sua or Joshua or whatever. She don't learn Nasua, but she does learn Narez and Jerez and all that. So yeah, that one's really good. But why? That's not actually why. This is personal. The new enemies that it's added, and it's all true. This one, you can find around areas different types of Nay Firsts. Even the original Nay First herself in the first Nay item dungeon. That is the last 4 dungeons. Yeah. So. And not only that, you remember watching me do the what is it? We went before the dungeon before the Nay First dungeon, which is had to get leaves. Now outside of that dungeon, in the little islands, you could meet pythons originally, but in this game the pythons are replaced by 3 green Nay Firsts. So if you bump into pythons, I think you can actually meet them as well in the Nay First dungeon. If you meet pythons, they will come in the 3, but they have been changed to 3 green Nay Firsts. There are other different types of new monsters, like new dragons, new flame sort of things. Yeah. And there's also Nay Third, and there's the enemy you can meet, and the experience points in that is really awesome. So that's that one for Fantasy. That's basically what I'm going to say for Phantasy Star 2. Now let's go for Phantasy Star 3. This list is actually a problem, because a lot of them, there are 11 hacks. I go to all hack lists. A lot of them don't work. Like I said, romhacking.net has been an arsehole. This battle music hack obviously fixes the battle music, does not work. Obviously, this one's quite old. It's 2017. Is the enemy formation status thing. Does not work. It actually does not register when you when you actually create the ROM hack. It would just be the original still. It's like, yeah, so this one does not. It would have been an awesome hack to do for Phantasy Star 3. Bug fix. There is a bug in the original that can be quite horrible. Now, I'd be honest with you, there are 3 ROM hacks on Phantasy Star 3 that I like. Easy edition. Now, obviously, there is a lot of hacks that easy editions are just complete cheats. This one isn't. Now, it says, yeah, that's true. Reese, the main character, starts off with 40 HP. Originally starts off with 30. And comes with new gear. Enemies will give you so much more experience points. But in fact, Star 3, the experience points that is shown on the screen is not individual, it's shared. So, but you get more experience points for that one. And obviously, sorry, let me go back to that. So obviously, enemies, no, equipment in shops are a little bit different, not too much, but they've all equipment's given a nice boost, and enemies have been easier. But it's not like Phantasy Star 3; it's not easy enough already. So you want to you got knife only challenge, which means that you can the main character can only equip knives and not swords. Color hack, hang about. Color hack, it is a pointless one. Just changes the color of everything. And that's it. There ain't really any difference, just changing the colour of things. Now, me actual favourite... No, I'm going to go that one for last. But there's a new one that I've discovered last night that is actually a bit of a liar when it comes to what it shows. I don't know if it... No, it's not proxy scrolling. Yeah, that one is another pointless one. It basically just makes all the letters capital. No, hang about. No, actually, no. This one, I didn't try it, but looking at the picture, and I know you should not judge a book by its cover, but it looks no different. Fuck, what have I done? Go back. Right. Now where was the one that I have found that I actually, the new one that I've done? Oh yes, list all hacks. Trying to think now. Is it general improvement? Yeah, this one. Now, looking at the pictures, it is a lie, okay? Now, it says on here, also, the description is a lie. That's why I am not praising, I'm not praising romhacking.net group. It says that a lot of the script has been changed around to be like more like Phantasy Star 2 and 4. And I think to myself, how can like names of items and names of magic, and I'm like, how the hell can it be much different? I mean, Res, you got Res, you got Revive. I know Suat has changed because it's known as Jurez in original. And it says that she has the Ryuka spell, and that's one of the characters. No, she does not have the Ryuka spell at all. No, that's all lies. So don't look at that picture and believe it. But there is one thing that they did not mention, that there are new equipment in the game in chess and in shops. So yeah, they didn't mention that at all. So this one's actually quite nice for new equipment stuff. Right. Now this one's my favourite, the Neil edition. Now again, there is a bullshit lie in the game, in the actual game. Now obviously this one does not change. Some of the enemies, well, not all the enemies will give you more experience points than that. In one of the caves, called the Wren's Cave or whatever, there's a big giant head monster. Is also in the original, that one, but in this ROM hack, that big head, no, it's not the big head. It's like another grey monster in there that is actually like they call it battle slime or grey slime, silver slime or something like that in Dragon Quest or so, I don't know. But basically it gives you a load more experience points than usual. That monster in this one hack. But this ROM hack has like different items in treasure, and in all the shops sell different stuff. The only thing is that there is a lie about it. Now I'm going to see if it comes in a README file. No, it does not. But in this game, you get married to. You have a choice who you want to get married to, and your kids. And depending on who you marry, your kids takes over, and it splits in a like family tree branch of your story. When you first generation is his main character Reese, and when he has a choice to get married, he says, "Do not marry the girl with blue hair." I don't know what she is. She said it says that this is not meant. This ROM hack is not meant for her to marry her. The enemies, if you marry her, are way too strong. This ROM hack is made for Neil, who is the second choice you can do on the first generation. However, that is the biggest. Oh yeah, it also says if you choose that thing, the world will just fall in destruction. That is the biggest bullshit I've heard from romhacking.net. Okay, the enemies ain't really that much different. The only difference is that you won't really be able to buy any equipment in shops in the second generation if you choose the woman with blue hair, because the shops that you encounter on that generation sell nay items, nay equipment that are not originally not in the original mode. You're meant to go in that area like on the third generation at the end of the game, because they are so expensive that you'll never afford them unless you grinded so much that you break your fucking game for overheating it. But yeah, but you do actually find equipment for your characters in caves and that on the second generation. The monsters are not that hard. They're really not. So it's saying how it was saying, don't choose this option for the blue woman, and it explains that a monster way too hard, the game would just fall into complete destruction. No, it does not. I've completed this ROM hack choosing her so a lot of times. It's not much different, just that you can't buy upgrade weapon gears on the. Well, you can, like I said, you have to grind like hell, or maybe just use a game genie code for it. But yeah, the Neil edition's really good. I like that one. Now moving on to Fantasy Star 4. Okay. Now, this one is quite interesting. Now, you got Hell Mode. Don't fucking play Hell Mode without Game Genie codes, I swear. Enemies on here, if you don't use any Game Genie codes, they will hit you one hit and you're dead. The amount of damage they do is ridiculous. To the first enemies that you encounter, apart from one character that's in your team, Alice, the enemies will do like 100 damage to the other two party members. You start the game off with 3 party members. Alice is actually the strongest one. She's a higher level. But the other two, the enemies will just one hit kill them, unless you use Game Genie codes. Now, I will say that a Game Genie codes that I usually use are ones that some magic hits all enemies for a higher damage. Healing, using regular res heals everyone for a lot of healing, and there is an experience points Game Genie code that gives you like 10 more experience points. There is a Game Genie code that makes your characters invincible, and I don't actually really use that one. But anyway, about the Hell Mode mod, again, as it's in there, the new combination. Fuck it. But that is something I'll go into at the playthrough. Easter eggs or 2 or whatever. New equipment that you didn't have or whatever. There goes the 4 nothings items have been added. They're not actually called nothings. They're actually an algo map that shows you a map of the worlds in the game. There's a blood axe, and there's there's another item, some sort of slingshot item, or boomerang item, but I've forgotten what it's called, and the fourth one I actually don't know. But yeah, this ROM hack, please use Game Genie codes. Even this one, Purgatory mode, that is harder, is basically the same as the Hell mode but harder. I don't find it any. Oh yeah, the difference is with this one that one of your vehicles has a move. It does that will wipe out enemies in one hit. That move is broken in this ROM hack. That's basically the only difference. Oh yeah, and some characters learn even more spells. But yeah, don't do those. These ROM hacks are just, if you don't use Game Genie codes, you're not gonna play. You're not gonna be able to play it. You're not gonna be able to get through the first dungeon. Now you've got Hell mode with double EXP and Mercedes, and same with Purgatory mode. It don't really make much difference when it comes to that bloody difficulty. You really want to use Game Genie codes. Now, there's another thing. Level 99 button bug fix. Now, a lot of people don't know this, but level 99 bug is something like, when you get to level 99, you can still level up, but your levels will actually go down. But your stats stay like the same or something, or it just goes up, I don't know. However, that's bullshit, okay? Every single version of Phantasy Star 4 I've tried, I've got to level 99 and nothing else happens. You can't get any more experience points, you can't level up. But what does happen on a level 99 bug is your stats will actually change for a few characters. Like Ren, he does not have any magic points, and he has a huge amount of HP growth. When you get to level 99, actually no, it's a bit more below that. It's more like level 80. This happens. He's half of his HP will go into tech points or magic points or whatever, and that is bad for Ren because he don't use magic. And not only, and it's the same vice versa with this character that is very good with magic TP, don't gain much HP. I guess it's good for him for letting him survive more. However, there is another level 99 bug that actually happens about level 80. That some of your techs that you do will be disabled. Yeah, like Ren has his own healing, and that gets disabled. So how the fuck else are you supposed to heal him apart from walking around that heals him? I'll go more into that sort of thing when I finally do the playthrough. And this bug does fix that. The Megid magic spell, I have no idea or anything about a bug for that one. Yeah. So that's a good one. I like that one. So if you actually want to get to 99 and don't have to worry about bugs, yeah, use that one. And that can apply to all the other ROM hacks as well. Right. There is a cut of others I want to show or talk about. Don't know much about this one, so you could just read. Oh, yeah, and also some enemies that were deleted from the game have reappeared, like these. However, I've never seen them. I've never seen them in all, and I've completed these ROM hacks loads of times, and I've never seen those enemies that they've added back in. So I think that's bullshit. Speedrun practice. Basically, cutscenes like this will just have pictures come up, no words, and the pictures will go off. So basically, it does cut out the cutscenes. So if you just want to get on with the game speedrun, that one's a good one. That can't be applied to any other patches, sadly. Sorry, I'm running out of breath for a moment. There is actually another one that I actually like, not that one. I'm going to try and find it a moment. Yeah, this one. Yeah, basically, it is like your characters need more EXP, some dialogue has changed, and short, and you don't get as much Mercedes. Things in shops cost more, and literally, this game is originally is actually a quick level up game. You level up really quickly. You always have too much Mercedes, so it does actually let you grind more, basically. If you are like me, and I love grinding, you will love this ROM hack. But there is a bug, okay, obviously. One of the characters called Grease, it will say his next level he needs to level up is like 99 million or something like ridiculous like that. And that is actually just a misprint on the actual screen. He really needs like 7 or 800, even though it says that amount. And as soon as he levels up, when you get like 7 or 800 experience points, it would actually go back to normal to show how much experience points he really needs. So yeah, it explains that in a README file. Now, before I actually end this video, I've got a couple more things I want to show off. However, I'm going to need a little break. So I'm going to pause the video, have a little break, and I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Wasn't gone for too long, just had a quick cigarette break. To wet my whistle, or also a drink or whatever. Anyway, now moving on to this hidden ROM hack. Yeah, this one is actually a bastard. Where is my home screen? Here we go. Right. I never saved this. Right, we're gonna have to search for it now. I've only selected the ROM. Right. Phantasy Star 2 ROM hacks. Oh no, what am I doing? I can just go to Phantasy Star 1. Duh. Right. Phantasy Star 1 ROM hacks. Now, you want to go to the translations, okay? The translation patches, obviously, it does translate the language. You want the top one, the EN, right? Because this ROM hack translates the Japanese version of the game. Yay. Why am I actually bothered with this one? Because I'm going to actually show you. I'm actually going to demonstrate a couple of hacks while I'm here. So, we actually want to download this. So yeah, you go to download, I will copy and paste that code into there, or you can just type it if you want. You don't have to copy and paste the code. And then go, I am human. And now it's downloading. Obviously, we want to unzip it. Also, what I'm going to do, I'm going to leave a link to the pages that I've shown you, and also leave a link to the ROMs that will work with these as well. So, you want the Japanese version of Phantasy Star 1. Now, obviously, the ROMs here that I'm getting here will also be the websites for the ROMs for the other Phantasy Stars. So, just click download, the green button, and cancel the ad, okay? Sometimes if you go along with it, it will actually give you a fucking virus. Be careful with that. But I can't find any other decent ROM hack. Oh, yeah, just wait and then it will just start downloading. So, I'm gonna have to, where is it? Where's my, there it is, 7-zipper. Got all my stuff here that I download. All that shit, all the ROMs, my save files from the other tablet that I transferred over. Trying to think where it is. Oh, it'd be under P, wouldn't it? Because it's alphabetical. P. Yeah. I think we already done that one. Yeah. Phantasy Star Japanese version. Here we go. There we go. Right, okay. Now we're going to patch those two together. Again, this is how you patch things. And I would always like to change the name of the ROM hack to my own. Because if it saves over... Oh, God, I've dropped my tablet now. If it saves over the original, you wouldn't know if it worked or not. If it did or whatever. Unless you play the game through it and it hasn't worked, then it's pointless. If you create your own file name and it doesn't work... it would just wouldn't come on. Right, anyway. Trying to find it now. Right, the ROM is actually a Japanese patch. Then apply the patch, go to download. Go all the way down to the Fancy Star Jap music improvement. There's nothing really about music on there. And then obviously we're just going to call it PSJ. Yeah, you name it, and then you just press, and then it would add the actual SMS or whatever it is it needs to be. So yeah, let me go into the Mega Drive or Mega MDMU. Load the game. No, that's wrong. I want Fantasy Star. Oh yeah, I was had a Fantasy Star 2 thing that I wanted to show you. But yeah, oh, I'm really not focusing all of a sudden. Here we go. It'll be under the ROM file. You got the original at the top, and you got PSJ. Now the music is in. Just a moment. Something's not right here. Right, okay. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have realised I chose the wrong patch. Obviously, it's something I downloaded before that I tried to find out what it was and all that. But it comes under something else. Now, it comes under this. Obviously, I've got more than one of these files. PS1 Jert 21 or whatever. Now you want the IPS. That's the one you want, not the BSP. I don't know what that is, but you want the IPS one. I've already got the ROM, Japanese ROM in there. Just a minute. Right. I'm gonna make sure I've got the ROM in there now. That should have been creating the name should have been highlighted. Oh, come on. I am so sorry, I'm messing up here. Yeah, those other three, the PSJ, that's actually from the one we just done. So you want to just choose the top one again. And we're going to call this one PSJ2. Yeah, that's it. Because it's like another part. Now I will go back to the, here, load game, PSJ2. Here we go. Now, this is an English translation with, like, the music from the Japanese version, which I actually prefer. But we got all this. Obviously, sound test, which is, to me, is pointless. Options, okay? Walking speed. You can have the normal or double walking speed. Experience points you get in a battle. 2 times, 3 times, or 4 times, just like, well, the 4 times is just like the Nintendo Switch version. And the same with Mastersysem. Now, we got battles all or half. They're apparently supposed to be like half the encounter rate, but it is no difference at all. That one is broken. Alice has her black hair or brown hair, so that's actually another patch in this. And this one, front, obviously you could change the way the thing looks. I prefer this one. So, walking speed, experience points and all that. So, if I just start the game, and obviously it's all translated in English. And, yeah, dialogues in here are not cut out. Like, they would cut out some words by making it like, I don't know, 3 letters or something, like titanium is tit or something, is actually known as titanium. And obviously, dialogue is changed a bit. So we have Alice with her black hair. Now the other thing on here, that you actually have more save files. I think there's 5 or 4 in normally, and obviously you have a lot more letters that you can choose and you can add more letters than usual for your save file. I'm going to be honest with you, that is quite pointless because you need an emulator, and emulators have save states. But obviously, like, if I go in this will be the shield shop. You, instead of putting LTH, it's actually called leather, and it's got bronze, ceramic, not ceram or whatever. So yeah, letters fall and all that. Music's better. Walking speed, it's a little bit more faster, I guess. But obviously, that hang about. That does not include going through dungeons. The speed of walking still original, but it has like that experience points thing, and that is actually a bit. They call it a cheat mode. I don't think it is, because you can get that on the original for the Nintendo Switch. But they have actually 4 times lowered the encounter rate on that one as well. So before I actually end this, I am just going to quickly show off my favourite Phantasy Star 2. So there's Final Fantasies. That one Final Fantasy when you got Phantasy Star. Which is the flashy, yeah, that's the one that don't have the flash. That's what I named it. But I've called the Evil Overlord. I've called it Nay First game. I will probably announce it as Nay First Edition or something. So obviously you got the original. No, you just want to call it. Oh yeah, there's something else I never explained about the Evil Overlord and the Noodle or whatever it was. Yeah, obviously they do change dialogue a bit. They shorten the word mother brain to MB. Now, I'm just going to skip through this. We've all seen this. And if you want to read all this for this ROM hack, get it yourself, or wait till I do the playthrough or whatever. Which won't be yet. Now, the one interesting thing about this ROM hack is that as soon as you start the game, go into your house and you've got Rudo. Come out your house. Go back in your house. You've got Amy. Go back in your house. You've got Hugh, who is bloody awesome in the last, or even the actual last 4 dungeons and the actual final dungeon. Go back in, you get Anna. Go back in, you got Kane. I'm sure she can't be available yet. I mean, she's the one that can get you things. She is! Yay! So yeah, you can get all your characters at the start of the game. Obviously, I never had them in the party, so let's go and get them a minute. Now, obviously, people like Anna would not really be good at the start because she needs a slasher to hit every enemy. Her boomerang or whatever she has to start with only hits 1. So your best bet is obviously Rudo and Kane. Well, then again, it might not be because the enemies are a lot harder. So yeah, I'm just going to quickly go and get some weapons for Nay. I'll show the weapons. They're not called steel bars, they're called claws, and you've got other, I don't know if their guns are available there, but as you can see, the claws are more expensive. But I think they deal more damage than the original, not sure. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you. So I did discover a brand new cheat on this game, which I will show off one day. But let's go into a battle. And look, we've got these. These were the original things, a lot harder, and they come in a group of 4. Yeah, they larger groups. You can get groups of enemies that come in a group of 6 on this ROM hack. No, it doesn't do any difference. And obviously that attack isn't any different. But obviously, these enemies have... Oh yeah, his gun doesn't... No, it does not do a lot more. Just a minute. I am a... Oh, okay. Alright, his gun does do more damage. I thought I had a Game Genie code on then that actually doubles shot damage. No, got no Game Genie codes on here. And obviously, his gun, his original handgun, is two-handed, one-handed. And you don't have to do the one-handed cheat for that. Yeah, some of these guns are actually one-handed as well. So that's basically that. I hope you've enjoyed this. This was actually requested to me to do. I saw a request on my friend's romhack of Phantasy Star 2, which I can't show sadly because he wants to bring back the old-fashioned way of RPGs of not looking it up, find it out for yourself. So I can't show that off sadly because it may give away any hints. But someone on his thing requested me to do a video for more ROM hacks for Phantasy Star game ROM hacks for 1 to 4, and there you have it. And obviously that secret one that is quite hidden. I will leave a link to all of those websites. Also, I'll leave a link to the original ROMs you can get that you need for, and I'll also leave the Game Genie code to revive Nay. Obviously, you need to listen to what I said on that, or wait till I do the playthrough, which probably won't even be this year. Anyway, take care, everyone. Peace and chicken grease.